Hey everyone, this is Sabrina from Live Through This. Today we have an interview with poet, writer, and just basic genius, Daphne Gottlieb. Daphne's piece was Lady Lazarus, Uncoupling Poetry and Suicide. In it she talks about Sylvia Plath, Anne Sexton, and the myth of the female suicidal poet. Can you tell me about the first time you picked up like Sylvia Plath or Anne Sexton, what it felt like for you?
It was Plath first, and just viscerally her images and her sort of view of the world really resonated with me. I'm not sure I understood all of it because I was probably about 13, but there was something about it that was really evocative and important to me. Yeah.
Why do you think she taps into, especially like that age group so well? Like
angst, so much angst.
Yeah. And it's perfect, and people just sort of read it and feel it, right?
Yeah, and even if you don't understand it, there's these strong, visceral, surreal images that you can just sort of tap into. There's like, oh, I know that feeling, whether or not you actually understand what's happening in the poem, I think. So.
Did you really feel pretty nervous about your future as a poet because of what happened to her?
No, I mean, I think there's a larger American myth that you have to die to be famous as an artist in America. And I don't really believe that one, so I'm not sure that I would have believed it any more about, you know, myself with regard to Sylvia and Anne. I think that when I started identifying that depression was a common element in all our lives, then I got a little more interested in it as a paradigm. Like if it's cooties, I had caught the cooties. So, but it didn't make me concerned per se. I mean, not everyone who catches cooties dies from it. So.
Are you happy that you have the cooties?
You know, it's a really weird question. I mean, being a poet in America right now, or a writer in America right now, is really difficult because the arts funding has been absolutely decimated. There's not a lot of popular support. You know, if you're a web designer or you're a graphic artist, there's a lot more, I think, support and community than there is in some ways in the arts right now. So I think that poets, you know, I don't think anyone reads anymore, much less reads poetry. And here, you know, I've organized my whole life around writing it. So it's either stupid or passionate. And I wish I'd been good at something that made money sometimes. But I think in the end, I would really rather talk to people about what's really important to me and hopefully to all of us.
Your piece specifically really touches on sort of like the way that creative and destructive tendencies sort of go, I don't want to say go hand in hand because I don't necessarily believe that, but like how they play off each other in some ways.
Well, I think that's how the stereotype runs. Recently I read something, and recently being in the past couple of years, but it was about bipolarism and creativity, because there's historically a big linkage between manic depression and creativity, and the study said that's bullshit. It said, you know, really that part of the brain, whatever, but the point is that we're all on the same curve, and that maybe people have different perceptions because of mania or depression, but they don't have this special artistic gift that the rest of us don't. And I think that's important to realize. I think that sometimes being artistic gives us license to walk all over the emotional spectrum or behave in ways that aren't really sanctioned otherwise. You know, the drunk artist or the violent painter or whatever it is. I think that there's sort of a mythos that goes with it that we don't really need. I want to say one more thing on that.
Please, go.
You said something about healthy artists. I don't know how many healthy people want to do it because of the kinds of constraints we were just talking about, where there's no guaranteed income, there's no guaranteed fame, there's no guaranteed, you know, anything. You just sort of spend a lot of time doing it, and that's it. So.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
So I'm not sure that it's something a stable person would choose. I think it's something that an obsessive person chooses.
Can we talk a little bit about your art heroes? I mean, yesterday we were talking about, I mean, it doesn't necessarily even have to play into self-destruction or something like that, but talking about like Kathy Acker and Diane DiMassa and Femme Identity, just can you talk a little bit about them and why you respect them as artists?
Well, I think both of them deal with ideas of transgression. Specifically, I mean, we could also sort of add Theta Bara in there, I think.
Well, really quickly, tell people who these people are, because
Kathy Acker was a writer sort of frequently categorized as postmodern, appropriationist, a plagiarist, a pirate, all those sort of things, where she made herself frequently the hero of her own stories, but they weren't her stories. It was Don Quixote or Great Expectations. And Diamanda Galas is an AIDS activist, an opera singer with an 8-octave range, who has done a lot of very powerful and occasionally frightening works. So
yeah. And then who was the other one? You said Theta?
Theta Bara, silent movie actress way back, but I think she sort of encapsulates the sort of dark vamp, the transgressive, too much desire, too much blood, too much power.
The interesting thing about, like, I don't know the last one, but thinking about Diamanda and Kathy is that they were both super strong, super intelligent, but I would have never, you know, categorized them as self-destructive ever. They seem very, like, strong, amazing women, but there doesn't, you know how you were saying there wasn't like a femme category for that? Like, there doesn't seem to be much of a category for them in even arts as like women that are just really strong. I don't know, they're sort of marginalized.
I would disagree. I mean, I think they stand on their own because they have the power of sort of vampira or whatever it is, whatever powerful, transgressive, sort of. I don't even. I can put it in terms of the phallic mother, and I can do it in theory, but I can't do it in real life stuff. But I think that there is a space, and in some ways, the closer you get to archetype, the more license you get. The more you play up something familiar, and it's something that I learned over and over in slam poetry. The closer that I worked towards something people could identify in like 10 seconds or less. Oh, you're a slut. Oh, you're a mother. Oh, you're whatever you are. The faster you can communicate that, the faster they know what to do with you.
Right.
And I think that the more you muddy the lines, either with who you are or what you're doing, the more dangerous your work is perceived as, or the more marginalized you get.
Is there something that you would like to tell or say to women that are currently dealing with, you know, these issues with self-destructive issues, or even in terms of like medication and creativity?
The most important thing is to save your own life first. Because you can pick up the pieces later, but if you don't do that, then you don't get the second chance. So if you absolutely have to do something self-destructive, do something that could be undone the next day if you can, or wait 10 minutes until you do it, and then wait 10 more minutes, and wait 10 more minutes, and distract yourself. Distraction's really, really good, but the only way you get through it is by living through it.
Cool. All right, thank you so much, Daphne.
Whee!
Yay! Okay, cool, we're good.